What's up, YouTube? Crimson here, back with another episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy VI. This is actually, we're up to episode 6. Last time, we took Terra and Bannon and Edgar further on down the Let River, where they finally reached Narsh. Unfortunately, they weren't able to get in the front gates because the guards are still being dicks, so we had to go in the back way. But their scenario is all wrapped up, and now we have a choice between continuing with Locke's scenario, who is in South Figaro attempting to stifle the efforts of the oncoming Imperial Army. And we have Sabin's scenario. He got knocked off the raft, or rather, knocked away from the raft by an angry octopus, and has been floating off towards who knows where. Now, the walkthrough that I'm following recommends going with Sabin's scenario second, because it is the last one that you actually have the chance to remove equipment from the characters before ending it. Locke's scenario, at the end of it, you can't remove any equipment that you've given them unless you want to take a big risk. So it just frees up better equipment for later. We're going to actually go through Sabin's scenario. I kind of went back and forth on this, but decided to go this route because anyone who's following along at home, actually using the walkthrough that I'm following as well, may end up a little bit confused if I do it out of order. So we're going with Sabin's scenario. Let's see what's up with our muscle-bound meathead over here. What dire fate has befallen Sabin, who fell from the raft after the fight with Ultros? Well, I have no idea where we are, and I'm sure Sabin doesn't either. It's going to be a long walk to Narsh, I'm guessing. But we got a house here, so let's check it out. Oop, want to grab this guy before he takes off. He keeps showing up every single time you come onto the screen, but just it can be a pain in the butt to try and get there when he's showing up, because he does have some stuff for sale that we are going to want to pick up. Howdy, I own the dry goods business out here. You're not from these parts, huh? Well, no matter. Let's see the goods. Okay, so we can buy plumed hats here if we really wanted to. The only reason it's showing a upgrade for Terra, Locke, and Edgar is, well, Locke doesn't have one yet, but Terra and Edgar have been relieved of their equipment, so they don't actually have anything right now. Sabin doesn't need one, so we'll go ahead and just ignore that. Now, shurikens. Granted, nobody that we have currently can use them, but if you were paying attention, you saw a familiar face from South Figaro off in the corner when we came onto the screen, so just on the off chance, let's go ahead and buy all the shurikens. I would definitely recommend doing this. They're cheap, and this will last you a very long time, probably the rest of the game. And we'll go ahead and pick up a couple of these. Again, not that anyone we have currently can use them. And a couple of these, just in case. And we don't need any of this other junk. Don't need sprint shoes thanks to the mod that's in place, so that should about cover it. See you around. Off he goes. Now we can go ahead and talk to the dog here. Stay back. The dog just can't stand strangers. I think if you talk to him from a different angle. Okay, it seems to be the same. Alright, enough with that. Let's go ahead and talk to Shadow over here. You on a journey? I got separated from my friends. Say, can you tell me how to get to Narsh? Imperial soldiers have built a base somewhere beyond the forest. Already? They seem to have their sights set on Doma Castle. So Doma's next, huh? I have to reach Narsh immediately. Your only hope is through Doma. I'll show you the way. Just know that I may take off at any time if I feel like it. Welcome a partner? Hell yes. The Reaper is always just a step behind me. Being a little dramatic, aren't you there, Shadow? Now, what Shadow said there about taking off at any time if the mood strikes him, he's not lying. At certain points, not right now, but in a bit, I'll let you know when. He has a 1 in 16 chance of just taking off at the conclusion of any random encounter. Now, you can run from the encounters, and that will stop him from leaving, but that just means you'd have to run from every encounter at that point if you want the best chance of keeping him around. So we're going to be using a different method, which I'll cover once we get there. But let's see what this guy has to say. Hey? You the clockmaker? I've been waiting for ages. No, I'm not the clockmaker. There it is on the wall. Ain't been ticking for 5 shucks, maybe even 10 years. Alright. Got it. Lawnmower repairman, hey? Couldn't provide worse service. Grass is 25 feet high out back. Okay, nope, still not. No more lip repairman. Fix that stove on the double. Okay. Youch. Phew, no child could be this mischievous. Child? I don't have any children. Boulder Dash. I'm ready for you to leave. Go on, get. I'm tossing you out onto the veldt, too. I'd rather take a stick in the eye than deal with that guy again. Damn right. Yeah, that guy's just crazy. Although he does have a bit of a connection to a character that we will meet sometime later. Nothing of interest in his house, so there's no real reason to go back in. Not that there's, nothing bad's gonna happen if you do. I don't think you can... you can take a free nap in his bed, which we'll go ahead and do that. Might as well be fully rested for the journey ahead. Alrighty. Ready to press on. And we'll go ahead and make a save here. And move Shadow to the back row. As you can see, Shadow's just one level behind Sabin, so looking in good shape there. Now, because of Shadow's propensity for just kind of up and leaving, we are going to want to be careful what we give him as far as relics, simply because he's going to take them with him. We're going to hopefully not have any chance of losing anything with the way I'm going to handle this, though. Now, for Sabin, we'll go ahead and throw a Genji glove on him. Not a Genji glove. What am I saying? Gygus glove. Throw a Gygus glove on him. And we will give him a star pendant, because there is an enemy out on the overworld here that can poison you, so just for safety's sake. Now, because Shadow doesn't have a chance to leave, I can safely give him something nice like, say, Hyper Wrist. And maybe... well, we won't need the star pendant for him, and you'll see why in just a moment. Go ahead and give him the Hermes shoes. That should be useful. And then, as far as equipment, might as well optimize him for the time being. We will want to be careful to remove his stuff when we get to a point where we know he's going to be leaving us. And Sabin, go ahead and, yeah, he's already wearing his optimum stuff. Nothing better for him, unfortunately. Alright, oh, I meant to save. Go ahead and get that out of the way. All 3 save files are still the same, although the top 2 are, at this point, the bottommost one is prior to doing Terra scenario. So we'll go ahead and save there. Okay, looks like we're ready to go. Moving on. If this gets too long, I'll just end up cutting some of this out, although do want to show you the random encounters in this area. Pretty much just upgraded versions of the leaf bunnies we've got here. Now, I just chose Shadow's throw command. Now, you can use this to throw either items that are specifically designed for throwing, which would be shurikens. I believe there's one other more damaging version of the shuriken. And then there's these scrolls here, which in the original SNES version are called edges instead for some reason. Edges? I think that's right. But here they are called scrolls, which is in line with the original Japanese version. The Invis scroll, when thrown, will render Shadow invisible, and it doesn't end at the end of the fight, too, which is nice. So we're going to go ahead and use one of those before we, finish off our little turn here. But the other thing to point out is that you can throw weapons as well. And some weapons can do a huge amount of damage if thrown, but you do have to be careful that you don't accidentally throw something that's, say unique or that you really want. So just be mindful of that. So for starters, let's go ahead and use an Invis scroll. This area is not going to be too much of a problem because all the enemies here pretty much just use physical attacks. So with Shadow being invisible, he'll be completely protected, and Sabin's got plenty of hit points. And now from this point on with Shadow, we'll go ahead and just keep chucking them shurikens. Nice thing about the throw command is that it is aimed, and it does quite a lot of damage, as you can see there. Definitely a very good command for this point in the game. It does lose some of its effectiveness later, Shadow's throw command is just overshadowed by some of the more powerful commands. But still, it's nice to have. And as you can see, Shadow still has the invisible status. Now, that's an odd thing. Just notice that Shadow does not have a class listed underneath his name. I wonder if it's because he's got that invisible status. We'll have to see at some point later. Remind me. Don't let me forget. I'm trusting you guys with this. Now, there's nothing to look at up north, unfortunately. So we'll just go ahead and move along. Just more of the same here. We're going to go ahead and skip past this. See you in a second, guys. Alright, those chip rabbits are taken care of. Just in case I didn't mention it specifically, being invisible makes it so that every physical attack will just miss you. There's no chance for it to hit whatsoever. But being invisible is also a downside in certain situations because it makes it so that magic has no chance of missing. And that includes certain instant death spells that would normally have a chance to fail. So be aware before you set Vanish or Invisible on any of your characters. Clear is the actual name of the status. But be aware that before you use something that gives one of your characters that status, it can be very detrimental at times. But for right now, it's nothing but a benefit. Alright, this patch of desert here looks a bit suspicious. Let's go ahead and head inside. And it's an Imperial camp. Well, this is going to be fun. This is an Imperial base. Too many soldiers. These guys take a day and a half to walk together here. Hey, have you heard? Oh, you mean... Shh, quiet down. If Kefka catches us, we're toast. Nope, not over here. Okay. If Kefka drives General Leo out of our battalion, he'll probably become the next general. Don't make me laugh. If someone like him becomes a general, I'll go home. Shh, what if he hears you? You'll be killed. Alright, alright. Speak of the devil. Uh-oh, here he comes. Back to our posts. Hey, you. You keeping a sharp lookout, Yes, sir, Mr. Kefka. Sir? How are you today, sir? Please, save your petty small talk. Just do your job. And don't let me catch you slacking or I'll make you regret being born. Wow, what a dick. Whew, someone's got to put that guy away. I'd like to tell him to his face he's no General Leo. Do I always have to tell you to keep it down? You're hopeless. I hate that weirdo Kefka. I don't even think he's human, not like General Leo. Agreed. Oh, so General Leo sounds like an okay sort. You two, we're about to storm Doma Castle. You will join the assault team. Now we get a cutaway to Doma Castle as we watch the least impressive assault ever. Not really sure where they learned this crap. I mean, you got one dude trying to climb the wall over there. At least another couple guys running headfirst into the walls. Clearly this is not the A-team of Imperial soldiers. It's hopeless. We can't keep them all out. Okay. So it's finally happening. Yeah, in like 1,000 years they might manage to headbutt their way through the walls. Wait. The battle is not yet lost. My massive forehead and I will take care of things. A noble warrior of a foreign land, faithful retainer to his king and country, who holds courage that does not fear death. That's kind of oddly translated. Cyan. If we can fell their commander, they shall surely break rank and withdraw. Let us give it a try. And there's one dude who's just walking at the wall. He's not even running into it. He's just walking at it on the left side there. My God. And the Empire has conquered most of the world. Jesus. Sir Cyan, let their commander have it. We'll go over here. We can check out Cyan real quick. This is our samurai character. We can look at his skills, which are Bushido. The way Cyan's... I'll show you how his skills work. But we've got Fang, which is just a single attack. It is piercing, so it'll actually go through barriers and whatnot, like safe. That can be useful. Sky, which basically just sets him up for a counterattack if he gets hit while Sky is active. And then Tiger, which cuts the enemy's HP in half. I believe it has a chance to miss, though, so that's can be useful. We're not going to be using a whole hell of a lot of Cyan's skills, unfortunately. It is kind of one misstep they made in this game is using Cyan. His skills just take too darn long. You'll see what I mean in a second here. We can check out his equipment. He's got Ashura, which is, I believe the intention is for it to be a katana or a samurai sword, if you would like to call it that. Might as well go ahead and optimize his equipment. We will be meeting up with him on a little bit more of a permanent basis shortly. He does not have any sort of relics, so... Well, shit, let's go ahead and... I don't know. Genji Glove doesn't do us any good because we don't have another weapon for him to use. Here, have a white cape. And you can have a... Star Pendant. Sure. Not that it matters. And we did move him to the back row. We won't be needing him in the front row for how we will be using him, so... Might as well just minimize the damage. Now, you can walk over here and talk to these soldiers individually. You'll just end up fighting them. There's no point to it, though. Our real target is the commander right here. But before we do that, I am going to use one of the nice features of playing this on what is essentially an emulator, which is save states. Because the commander, when you kill him... I am Cyan, faithful retainer to the King of Doma. I am your worst nightmare. When you kill the commander, or the captain, sorry, there is a chance of getting one of two items. One of them is awesome at this point in the game, and the other one less so. That was Sky that I just used, and you'll see there's the counterattack. This may actually be a one-hit kill. Yep. The counterattack does deal massive damage. Okay. We got the Phoenix down, which is unfortunate. The other item that we want is so much better. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to cut this out, and I will come back when I do the fight enough times to finally get the item that I'm looking for. See you in a little bit, guys. And there it is. That actually only took one additional try, so that worked out quite nicely. The black belt is what we really, really wanted. You don't get another one for a good bit further along in the game. It's an excellent relic. It gives the character that it's equipped with a chance to counterattack after taking a physical hit. And pairing that up with a Genji Glove can be pretty awesome. So we will be doing that post-haste. The commander's been defeated! Run! I mean, we outnumber you, but run away anyways! Walled up inside the castle, we can wait out our enemy. What'd they do with the body, though? Suppose that's kind of a pointless question, isn't it? And here we've got Shadow still invisible, or still has clear set. Now we'll go ahead and, just for funsies, we don't need the Star Pendant on anymore. And I don't have a second weapon for Sabin to equip, nor do I have a second weapon for Shadow to equip, so we'll go ahead and throw the black belt on Sabin since he will be hitting harder, and he's not invisible. For the time being, anyways. Now, there are some goodies to pick up while we're here in the Imperial camp. We can go down and talk to this soldier down here, but it's just going to start a fight that we don't need to actually have. There's nothing in that tent. So instead, we'll go over here. Now, you have a nice, kind of weird-looking dog. Looks kind of purplish, but whatever. Doesn't do anything if you interact with it, just barks at you. But once we get in the tent here, nothing on this side, but over here, we have a treasure chest. Now, when you interact with the chest, you have... the top won't open. Right. You have the choice of kicking it, hitting it, or leaving it. I believe the way you want to do it is kick it. Now, you can kick it. That should alert the dog, who will come in here and attack us. You may or may not want to do this. Depends on how much of a completionist you are, but this is the only time in the game that you can actually fight that enemy. If you're playing on the Game Boy Advanced version, that enemy apparently doesn't even show up in the bestiary that's included with the Final Fantasy VI Advance. So, it's kind of a weird thing, but we're going to go ahead and do that anyways, just so that we can encounter the one-time only enemy. Youch! No! A sentry! Not a difficult fight or anything, it's just, this is the only chance you have of running into this enemy. You'll run into other enemies that look the same, but they are not. So, if you want to have a complete list of every encounter in the game, you gotta kick the chest. You can also hit the chest, which will cause a guard to come running over. You will then impersonate a cat, and the guard will walk away, at which point you can just open the chest normally. And if you just leave it, obviously nothing happens. You don't get it. Alright. See, like I said, no biggie. And you get, oh, a star pendant. Nothing really exciting there, so you could just skip that entirely. It's really not worth your time. Just a thing to note here, this guard that's wandering back and forth, he will show back up again every time you enter the camp. So if you wanted to farm for some reason, you could do it that way. I believe it's Magitech armor that you fight if you encounter that guard. General Leo, the citizens of Doma seem to be playing a waiting game. I guess Mohawk over there is General Leo. So that's their strategy. General, we're ready to take the castle. Just give the order. Patience. Attack now and we'll meaninglessly sorry, that's a different line from what I'm used to. Attack now and we'll meaninglessly increase our sacrifices. But General, I'm ready to lay my life down at any time for the Empire. You're from Miranda, right? Yes, sir. Why? And your family lives there? Fall in battle and I'll have to deliver the bad news. What shall I say to them? You have a life to go back to someday. Don't throw it all away for nothing. Emperor Gestal wouldn't want that. Ah, we have an idealist. Yes, sir. Seems like a nice sort, though. General Leo. A carrier pigeon from Emperor Gestal. What? The Emperor summons me. I must return to the capital immediately. I understand, sir. Right. I'll leave Doma in your hands. Yes, sir. Okay, just don't jump the gun. Please. Sir, leave it to us, sir. Right. Apparently he left through the tent? And we still get caught out. Ah, that's right, he was just packing. Now that Leo's gone, I'll turn this water into a flowing river of poison. It will kill anyone who touches it. Funny that Kefka already knew that he was leaving. The Emperor has ordered me to return to Vector. I don't want any trouble here. You loser. I'll take care of the situation in no time. Don't be pompous, and don't forget that they are people just like you and me. Well, probably more like Leo than Kefka, but whatever. We need not spare those lands that gave rise to the returners. A little cutthroat there, aren't you? And Leo apparently has no peripheral vision as he walks right by us. You just go and be a good little boy. Sorry for all the cutscenes, guys, but that's just the way it goes. Is the poison ready? But General Leo said, he's no longer here. I'm in charge now. Pour it! Some of our people are prisoners inside the castle. If we poison the river, do it. Take them all out. Wow. That's inhuman. Huh? Silence. Your history, bub. Bub. We're fighting Wolverine? Yeah, this is, not even remotely a challenge. It's not really even a fight. Ouch! Kefka, wait! Wait, he says. Do I look like a waiter? And that's it. All you need is one hit. It doesn't matter what you do to him, just as long as you hit him. Sure, let's go ahead and check off to the side here. Unfortunately, there is nothing of interest in this tent, so only real option. You can look around all you want, but there's nothing here. Although, never noticed that you could get this far out of the way. But you do have to chase after Kefka, so let's go ahead and do that. Wait! Okay, now this time, we'll go ahead and let him sit there for a minute. And we'll pop up here. Now, we could go in the tent, or go back here. Look at that. Automatically pushes you down in there. You just have to push up when you're standing at that point in the wall. And here is a box with a barrier ring. Now that is going to be quite handy. The barrier ring here gives you a boost to your magic stat, which is actually going to be useful for Sabin since we don't have any earrings for him. Because most of his blitz is, well, I mean, we're using Aura Cannon almost entirely, which is magical damage. So this will boost his Aura Cannon damage, as well as when he gets to critical health, pardon me there, it will cast Shell, which is also known as Protect in other versions. Or no, sorry. Shell is magic damage reduction when you're at low health, is what that is. I was thinking Safe, which is also called Protect in other versions of Final Fantasy. But anyways, we will be putting that on Sabin, just not at the moment. Instead, what we're going to do is replace this black belt with a... let's see, Genshi Glove isn't going to do us any good. So actually, we might as well just leave the black belt on there. And then Shadow will be just fine as he is. We do have a tricky, potentially, fight coming up. So, want to be prepared for it. And we'll go ahead and handle that before we handle Kefka. Now, I'm not sure how well this is going to go. It could go horribly, but make sure we're as close to topped up as we can get. And just in case, let's go ahead and make good use of that save state again. Shouldn't be a problem, but you never know. Now in here, we've got two boxes. If we open the one on the right, we get a Mithril Glove. Just to show you what that is, it's a relic. The Mithril Glove is basically the barrier ring just for physical damage. So it gives you Protect when you're at critical health. And it increases your physical defense as well, which is nice. But we'll be leaving that alone for right now. Actually, you know what? I am going to put the barrier ring on Sabin in place. No, I'm not. I'm not. And I know why. And you'll find out why shortly. Alright, here it is. Box number 2. Monster in a box. Okay, so you want to take this guy down as quick as you possibly can. He will hurt you pretty bad if you don't. Now, the Shadow Scroll... we won't, unfortunately, we don't have any of the damaging scrolls at this point. Shadow Scroll just creates multiple images of Shadow, which makes him harder to hit. But why you wouldn't use the Invis Scrolls, I don't really know, other than the downside of having the clear status set. But we're just going to keep wailing on this guy with Aura Cannons and Shurikens until such time as we can't, which may be sooner than we think. There it is, Mega Berserk. That should hit... Yep, Sabin. That's why I wanted to leave him with the... Oh, I should have moved him to the front row. I forgot about that. That's why I wanted to leave him with the Gygas Glove and the Black Belt. Berserk makes it so that you can no longer control the party member that has the status on them, but the party member won't attack your guys. But they'll only use physical attacks, although their physical damage is boosted, so that's helpful. And hopefully, between that and the Black Belt, Sabin will be able to do some pretty nasty damage. Oh, he blinded. Oh, and revealed me. That's okay. There we go. Okay, the dangerous one's gone. We don't really have to worry about too much else. If I get... Oh, okay, I'm not going to. Next time I get a chance with Shadow, I'll be using an Invis Edge again. And we got a Green Beret out of that, which is nothing to sneeze at. We'll actually be using that for quite some time. Very good piece of equipment. Go ahead and throw that on Sabin over here. As you can see, it gives you bonus to your defense, bonus to your evade percent, which is actually useful now, and bonus to your magic defense. It's all around just an excellent piece of gear, and we will be hard-pressed to find a light armor that's better than it for quite some time. So that's definitely an easy decision as far as whether to swap that out or not. Unfortunately, the bandanas are not for Shadow, so he'll just have to stay the same. And actually, because darkness actually does something. Never mind. We don't need it. We're not going to be physically attacking. It ain't no thing. And get Sabin reasonably topped up. Now we'll go ahead and swap out the Gygas Glove for the Barrier Ring, since the Gygas Glove isn't actually helping us with our Aura Cannon damage, which is pretty much entirely where our damage is coming from. And that should about cover that. Alright, now let's go talk to Kefka, as we've cleared out all the treasures. Ha ha ha, what a toad. And I would just attack him, there's no need to throw anything. Oh, that's right, darkness. I'm silly. Not used to that being a problem. Shurikens will take care of it. Not affected by... Oh my god! That was weird. Never actually seen that happen before. He had a... Like he was dead. I didn't even know there was a character or a sprite for that. For Kefka. Huh. Kefka, wait! Yeah, this is just a repeat of the same dialogue as last time. Wait, he says. Do I look like a waiter? Really, Sabin, you should expect this by now. Huh. How long do you expect me to put up with you? Next time, you're a goner. Yeah, okay, we'll see. Crap! Hey, if you know what's good for you. Okay. Let's go ahead and throw an Invis Edge, because we don't want Shadow getting too beat up here. And we'll go ahead and run an Aura Bolt, or an Aura Cannon, rather, with Sabin, although that may have been a mistake. If I recall, these guys may actually be able to counterattack. Okay, well, they can't if they're dead. That's for sure. I definitely want to take out the Templars first. They're the ones that actually have the counterattack. Don't want to do it with physical attacks, though. Actual using the attack command or anything like that, because their counterattack can hurt a bit, and there's no reason to take damage if you don't need to. But as you can see, between Aura Cannon and Shadow's Shurikens, this area is really not a difficult one. Oh, they have a on-death chance to do an attack, apparently. Well, it seems like we should be able to catch up to Kefka now, except that I think we're a little too late. Nothing can beat the music of hundreds of voices screaming in unison. Ha ha ha. Now it kind of looks like he's taking a dump. That's a massive dump, Kefka. Polluted an entire river with that dump. Sir Cyan! The Empire's base is bustling with activity. Something must be up. Clearly, I can see better from here. Does not the water look a bit odd? No, it's pretty much your face looks a bit odd, Cyan. Is it just me, or is his forehead just really, really big on the front-facing sprite? And the side one, if I recall. It's kind of strange. I guess it's because it's pulled back, his hair is pulled back in a ponytail. Now, obviously that poison's doing its job. Sir Cyan! This is poison! What vicious evil! We must find our liege. And now we actually have control of Cyan again. And we can go ahead and run down here. At this point, it takes over for me. Hurry, to the king! I was in front of you, dude. Right, the king's room is near. Your Majesty, fear not. Who's there? Cyan, your highness. Indeed, my sight is going fast. Can't see a thing. Hang on, your Majesty. Cyan, you have defended the kingdom of Doma since my father's days. Thank you. Forgive me, I could not protect the kingdom. Speak not such nonsense. I fear for your family. The chest is on fire. Speak not, my lord. Save thy strength. Go, run to your family. Majesty! Appears the king has expired. Sir Cyan! There have to be some survivors in the castle. Let's split up. And now we have control of Cyan again. Now, we don't want to enter this room on the right just yet, because that will end our control of Cyan, and there's still a couple things to do here. Not here. Unfortunately, you can't get to other portions of the castle just yet because of the bodies in the way. We will actually be coming back here later on in the game, though, so we will be able to access those areas at that point. Now we can take a look in here. So far, nothing but death. Although we do get a remedy. Apparently that guy couldn't quite make it. And here's our friend, Sir Cyan. We're through. Didn't see something he liked in that room, I guess. If we try to go in here... Apparently not so good in there either. Here, too. Alright, so we've done that. I don't believe... Yeah, we can't get anywhere else. So, it's just the remedy. And now we can go ahead and move on. This part is actually a bit sad. That chest in the corner we can't get to. Elaine! Elaine, don't leave me! This is unpardonable. Owain, no! Dear me. Impossible. Idiotic. Wife and child dead? I can't really blame him for going on a revenge-fueled killing spree. I can never forgive them. The Empire shall pay. I am Cyan, retainer to the King of Doma. The enemy! Get ready, everyone! And now we have control of our party again. You can get a different little scene here if you get in the way while he's, or try to talk to him while he's attacking. Let's see, how do we do this? Like this? Come on, do it. Nope. Oh, come on. I've seen it done before. There you go. Ugh, be thou friend or foe. Ouch. Didn't mean to step in there. Actually, I kind of did. Alright, so you can talk to him from the side or the rear. It doesn't matter. Need a hand now? Thank you. I'm in thy debt. Now, at this point, we don't have control over Cyan. He's just going to alternate between doing regular physical attacks and using Fang. Which, by the way, Fang, Sky, and whatever the other sword tech is called, or Bushido is called, which... That's actually a change that I had lost track of. Cyan's skill in the original SNES version is called Sword Tech. In this, it's called Bushido. And the names of each individual skill are also completely different in the SNES version. So, I believe the first one is called Dispatch or something like that, and I can't remember the rest. So, at this point, you just have to keep offering to help. Oh, they are quite tough. Be careful. No, they're really not. That's okay. He's grieving. I guess he's a little confused. Still the same easy fights we've been having the entire time. We will not be challenged in this area in the slightest from this point onward. And that's that party down. I believe we have one more fight to go. Which of you spit the poison or spilt the poison? I think spilt the poison is what it said. It went by a little too quick. Look, we're going to have to do this together. The thought had occurred to me as well. Yeah, this should be the last one. And just our usual Orbital shurikens. Just make sure you shuriken the Templar. If he's... Well, okay, he's not going to be alive. Never mind. Just don't need Cyan actually taking any hits. And there's that. Done and over with. Got a couple potions out of it. Nothing to write home about. Thank you, kind sir. Allow me to thank you. For what? I am Sabin from Figaro. Now let's scram. But what of my home, my family, my friends? Look, if we stick around any longer, we'll have a regiment of troops down our throats. Got 'em! Over here! Oh boy. I have a great idea. Come over here. I can see where he's going with this. Sir Sabin, what on earth are these? Shadow didn't just run off and leave us. He's going to fetch another suit of Magitech armor, since there's only the two here. I'll explain later. Relax. Just climb in. Sir Sabin, how might these abominations be manipulated? I'm getting sick of this. Thou art such a pain in the... Confound it all, now I'm starting to talk like you. Now listen, just use those levers located by your hands. Sir Sabin, it is I who is in your debt. Forget it. Now come on. Hey, what are you doing? Ah, we cannot stop now. Then let's just bust through. Okay, back in control again. And we're going to have access to the same suite of Magitech abilities that we had at the beginning of the game, just minus Terra's extra special ones. End of the line. Now, if it for some reason matters to you, the Magitech armors here are weak against lightning. So if you want to do the most damage you can, use Thunder Beam. I don't think it will actually matter. I believe everything is a one-shot kill here regardless. So, alright, we got a high potion out of that. There's no point in going anywhere other than out. Most of these places you can't even get access to because of how bulky the armor is. So, pretty much letting you know that this is the end of this segment here. You're not going to be able to do anything but leave. And we might as well, while we still have everybody topped up, or everybody, here, and we're going to be down to one enemy left who's not at all threatening. Go ahead and heal everybody up. Now, Shadow was pretty much entirely healed anyways, but I wanted to remove invisibility from him at this point, just because my strategy for dealing with his propensity for fleeing from this point on is going to involve being able to hit him, so want to make sure he's not invisible. And just using any spell on him will remove the invisibility. The same is true with, I believe, Vanish as well, so who said anything about running? And another simple fight here. Thunder Beam for you. Thunder Beam for you. You get a Thunder Beam, and you get a Thunder Beam. Everybody gets a Thunder Beam. Sure, you can defend Cyan, just in case. Yeah, like I said, this area is not at all dangerous. And we can go ahead and run around that armor there. And now we have to get out. Can't believe we've made it this far. Say, how do we get to Narsh from here? Narsh? Only one route, through the forest to the south. Alright, it's decided. Let's get going. And our time in the Imperial camp is done. Go ahead and cross over the bridge here. And that's actually going to be it for the day, guys. So, thanks for watching episode 6 of Let's Play Final Fantasy VI. Don't forget to tune in next time where we will continue with Sabin's scenario. We've probably got a good 2, maybe 3 episodes left in it at this rate. I'm trying to keep the episodes a little shorter, so. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments how you're liking the playthrough, and tune in next time. Later.